What's up, Builders Club TV Nation? You got Dewan Jones here, your professional stay-at-home dad, and I'm super excited, fired up, as always, family. We have another phenomenal individual on the show tonight. She's a young woman that has done some amazing things in her career, still doing some incredible things, helping a lot of people inside of this industry that we know as network marketing, the industry that we all love, the home business industry, entrepreneur, business mentor. We got Alicia Pesina on the show, and I'm excited. Let me get myself on camera to make sure that I always address the family and tell you thank you for tuning in. Continue to subscribe, spread the word about what we're doing here with the Builders Club TV show. Again, this is for the culture. This is so that we can learn from the best of the best in the business, so that we can get the strategies that help us go out there and build our business, so that we can learn the stories of the ones who went out there and done it, the ones who went out there and really crushed it and help a lot of people at the same time. Let me make sure that we got Alicia Pesina on with us. Alicia, can you hear me okay? Awesome. Let me get you on camera so that the family can see you. How's it going, Alicia? How you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
We're doing fantastic here in Builders Club TV land. Just telling the family a little bit about you and the fact that you've gone out here and just literally crushed it and just helped a lot of people in this home business industry. And we're just excited to have you on the show. I want to tell you thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on here and share with you guys today.
Awesome. It's been a lot of fun, Alicia. We've had the opportunity to speak to a lot of phenomenal people. The icing on the cake now that you're here. When we found out that you be coming on, we definitely got excited. We know you have an incredible story. In fact, that's what we love to do here on the show. In fact, we have this Builders Club TV time machine. This is our imaginary time machine where we take the family back and we dig into your past a little bit, because we've learned from talking again to so many incredible people in this industry that there's just so much to learn when you start digging into the past of successful people. Would you agree?
Oh, for sure. It's incredible the things you learn along the way as people get started in this industry.
Absolutely.
But hearing people's stories of where they came from and how it all started, I mean, mind-blowing, where it's an industry that like literally all walks of life can do. It's crazy.
You're right. That's the best thing about the industry. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, or where you come from. There's no limits for you here in this industry, and you've proven that with your story. So if we can pry a little bit and be a little nosy, can we dig into your past and talk about your path to success?
Sure.
Awesome. So one thing we like to do, like I said, we like to go back. We want to find out how you started. So can you just answer this for us? What was life like for you, Alicia, when you first got started? Or, you know what, better question, what were you doing before this industry?
Before this industry, oh my gosh, I had a crazy life. I had done so many jobs. I was in the service industry. I was a beer cart girl for a while on a golf course. I was a bartender, a server. I was a restaurant manager. I was an esthetician.
Oh man, people don't understand that world. You know, I come from that world. I used to be a server as well, a waiter. For 8 years, I was doing that in my early days. Yeah. Right? It requires a lot of patience, right?
It does. I always say, though, I do think everyone should at least be a server at least once in their life if they want to eat out at restaurants.
It will give you a newfound level of respect, that's for sure. So continue, please tell it. You just gave me flashbacks when you started mentioning serving.
So no, it was really like, you know, I always say I was blueprinted for network marketing many years ago, back in the early or mid 90s. I was approached by a company, but I was like 19 at the time, and it was a $5,000 buy-in, and there was no way at that point in my life could I afford that. But I had seen that potential back then in those checks of what people could do in this industry, and I was like, wow. And then, you know, I went about my life and I did my thing, and it was years later, it was introduced back into my life. I was sitting in the hospital. I had my son back in 2014, and he was 7 weeks early. So I was spending a lot of time in the hospital and scrolling on Facebook. And, you know, I had seen the girl I had known in my past making like a couple grand a month. And I was like, what?
Wow.
Like, I can do that. I want to stay home and make that kind of money, and it kind of just started. It took me back to her. I ended up starting in that company. And I had a little bit of ups and downs with that. It took a few years before, we all have that in different companies. I lost my upline left. I had no real leadership, and I really kind of found my own way by Googling. Wow. I really saw the potential. I knew if I put my mind to it, I could really do it, but I really had no guidance. And then one day, GoPro, Eric Worre, hands down my favorite book in the about the industry. I got that book across, someone suggested it to me, and I listened to that book on Audible, and I listened to it 5 times after. I had been in the industry for about 2 years before I'd ever heard this book, and wow. It lit a fire under me. It was so crazy, and I just started everything. I was absorbing everything, my journey onto personal development and books. It was crazy the next couple years, and I learned a lot of things in my previous company that I had been with, but when I found my current company and the product aligned with me and everything, it took off. It was I really feel in this industry is for everybody, but you have to find something that you're passionate about. And that just took it. I linked arms with amazing people. I started building a foundation of relationships previously, really reconnecting with people on Facebook and finding ways to connect with new people. And I think that helped me in my success with this, because I really look at the industry as not such salesy, but really building relationships and building that trust with people.
That's amazing. And let me ask you this, just rewinding a little bit, because this is, of course, one of the experiences that people deal with in this industry is family and friends, right? So you got started in this industry, family and friends. What was that experience like in terms of how they felt about you going after this type of profession? Oh
usually... my God. I was 37. It had to be 37
okay
that year.
So they really thought you were crazy, right?
They did. They thought I was crazy. My mom was like, you need to get a job with benefits. You need, you can't do this. What are you thinking? And I'm like, to me in the beginning, it really was making, my husband had a good job. I wanted to make a couple extra $100, and I wanted to be able to make enough to cover what I was making. I was answering phones at a car dealership and making coffee at the time. Also in that time, I did forget to say this, what really made me see the power of our industry and what it could do and what it did for us. My husband had lost his job while I was working at the car dealership, and I was building my side business, right? Wow. So that income that was coming in from there, that extra, just even if it was a $500 or $1,000 that month, it helped us so much tremendously with that I really then was sold on the industry itself, because I always knew I always wanted to have something on the side in case something ever happened. And then once I started reading the books and realized, if I started treating it like a profession and a business, I could build that career. My husband cheered me on. He really believed in me. And over time, my family did, and friends. And I think now they're pretty proud of me.
Did you, did any of your family and friends get involved in your business at all?
Some friends, and now my husband does it with me full time at home. I was able to, let him quit his crappy job that he had to get after he lost his really good job. So yeah, I mean, what people don't understand, you can't get into it and think it's going to happen right away. It's a journey, right? It started for me in 2014, and it took years of growth and books and reading, and it was literally Googling things, Googling network marketing professionals, following people in the industry. And I really followed people who had been with their companies for, 10, 20, 30 years, because that's what I wanted. I wanted to find something that I could love, and be with forever and build a legacy. So, yeah.
That's amazing. So with building a legacy, you know, and being a parent in the home business or just as an entrepreneur in general can be a challenge, right? And so we like to talk to our guests who are parents, because that's the reality for a lot of us who are building the dream with parents as well, right? And we know that's a totally different dynamic when you're a parent and an entrepreneur. How were you able to manage being a parent and an entrepreneur and building the business at a high level?
In the beginning, it was really tough, right? Because I was working full time, building my business when I would get home. I was really lucky. My husband was really supportive of me during all of that, especially in the beginning of, our current company. In the beginning, it was so fast paced and I really needed him there. And it was just incredible. And our son, like, he sees it now. Like, I travel a lot and we do a lot of trainings and different things. And we treat him as a team member with us, right? Like, we all play our part in our family. We're a part of a team and we're growing our business together. Like, he'll get on and do Zoom trainings with my team with me. He likes to be a part of that. And it's really cool now. Like, I look at the life that he's going to have ahead of him and the people that he's going to be surrounded by. That's what I love most, because I love the people in our industry and how positive they are. So I really think that's played a big part in me being a mom and how I've raised him. Just looking at things, the positive way. Like, you meet him, he's always smiling, he's always happy, he looks things like glass half full kind of kid. So
That's amazing. Was there ever a time where I like to ask this question because, the reality is a lot of people, especially who haven't gotten to the level you've been able to reach, deal with this, and that's discouragement, getting discouraged during the process of building. It's not happening yet, right? And so that can be a weight on your shoulders when you got people around you, they don't see the vision, right? You got your boss, he wants you to be dedicated and you're just half a person when you're there, right? You're consciously somewhere else while you're at work because you're thinking about how big and awesome you want to grow your business, but it's not happening yet. How did you manage your disappointments and your, being discouraged, or if you did ever?
I will always tell people, the best thing I ever did for myself in my life was I turned the radio off and I turned Audible on. Instead of on my way to work, instead of listening to music or the news or something like that, I was listening to personal development. I was listening to industry books, GoPro, Beach Money, First Year in Network Marketing, things like that were like teaching me the industry. And then over time, that personal development just grew. But once I started reading it, I was like a sponge. I wanted everything and I couldn't get enough of it. I used to just leave my house to go drive around and listen to books. And I really, in this, you have to have your mind right. Like, I knew the no's were coming. I knew the discouragement was coming. There were times I remember missing my son's Bible school program because I had already had an event planned before I knew that was happening. And, my mom was like, I can't believe you're doing this. And I'm like, but this is I'm building for my future. Like, this is, he won't remember me missing that, but he will remember, the future and what what mom had to do in the beginning to get there.
Wow. I want to switch gears a little bit and talk to you because you mentioned a few minutes ago, Facebook, right? And that's a big thing right now when it comes to building relationships, meeting new people, casting your net, right? Your social net. How big of a role did Facebook play for you in terms of building your business to where it is now? Were you pretty much offline, or were you online, or a little bit of both? What was that like for you?
It started online because I was working at, a car dealership, like I said, but I had a pretty simple job answering phones and doing things. So I was able to stay connected on Facebook. So I was really blessed in that sense, because I do know most people aren't. So you do have to schedule time. But I was on Facebook groups, on networking groups. And it wasn't like I was on those groups trying to sell people my product. I was actually on there wanting to make friends. So I would message, send them friend requests. These were other network marketers and just other people in groups that I enjoyed things, wine groups, mom groups. If someone said something funny, I'm like, I want to be friends with her. And, I'd send her a message and be like, what do you do? Or I'd look and see what they did. And it was building that honest, relationship with someone in the beginning. Like, I always try to train, my team, basically don't be an a-hole.
Right.
A hey girl message is never going to get you a sale.
Right.
But if you get in someone's inbox, and my thing was getting in other network marketers' inboxes, asking them what they did, how long have they been with their company, have they read any good books lately? And I would suggest a book for them, because adding value to their life may not bring them into your organization right away. But I had people 6 months later, a year later, still, you sent me a message 2 years ago and suggested a book that changed everything for me. I want to, can I do what you do now? So it's kind of cool like that.
So you basically saying the key to social media is to just be social, right?
Social, you can go to my Facebook profile, right? It is keep it light. My thing is I see people come, they want to smile when they look at your Facebook feed. They want to have value, but they want to laugh at the same time. And then they want to see you're a real person too. So you kind of have to mix it all in. And I never really am selling them a product on there, but they still, I tie that in every once in a while so they know what I do, Yeah. And as I started growing on Facebook, I was able to move back out to Phoenix, and now I'm able to build offline. And so now I'm in a lot of networking groups and building relationships that way. And that's really been fun. So I like getting belly to belly. I'm kind of old school like that.
Yeah. And I mean, you do an awesome job with your social media. I know we here follow you and we love your posts, and you do, allow your personality to shine through. But advice for somebody who's on Facebook, because somebody's going to be watching this interview or is watching this interview, and they're like, I'm on Facebook, but I feel like I'm the kid in school on the outside of everything. I can't get in the huddle with the popular kids. No one's listening to me or responding or engaging with my posts. How are they supposed to know about my business? By just posting about my life. I should be posting about what I'm selling, right? What advice do you have for people who are struggling with Facebook?
It really took time. I would tell people, when I first started network marketing, I had no profile picture and less than 200 people on my friends list. Wow. It took time to grow it. And I can, now post something that I posted 3-4 years ago that had 1 like, and now it can get 100. So I always tell people, you just have to build that audience. People aren't going to like your stuff right away. And the algorithms on Facebook, we all know, are funky, especially if you just now start posting things, your friends might not even see it yet. So build, just be patient with it. For me, it was just fun. I would go through and I'd find people that I really enjoyed, what they were saying. And I'll give you my tip here. I copy and paste. If someone says something funny, I'll copy and paste it and send it to myself in Messenger. And then I have a whole thing of messages to myself that I can scroll through and use to post things, and then, just be patient with it. It doesn't, it wasn't built overnight. And you can tie things in with your product and educate, but use it in your lifestyle. What you're using. Don't just be on there I sell this, you should buy this, right? Tell your story of why you're using this product. Don't even tell them you're selling it. Just talk about what you're using.
Right. So just basically don't be an infomercial. That's amazing. So I do want to ask you this, because you were able to get on stage, right, and be recognized for your accomplishments. This is one of the things that every person building a network marketing business hopes for, dreams of, to be on stage one day in front of thousands of people. Crazy. I mean, I know people are in front of the mirror rehearsing being in front of thousands of people, telling them the grind and what the journey was like, but you actually did it, right? So explain to us, describe, paint that picture, take us there, and tell us what that was like to be on stage, being recognized for being a 7-figure earner in this industry.
Oh, that was so cool. Our company just did that this last year. They had never had it before. And what an honor. I mean, with that, comes like, that just shows you how many lives can be changed. Like, I didn't get there myself. A lot of people working with me, are making an income too. And that's the power of network marketing. So getting up on that stage, I was a nervous wreck, I'll be honest.
Oh man.
I'm still not quite comfortable with that yet. I'm working on it, and that comes with growth.
Right.
But I got that award, and it was so cool, like, to just hug the owners and the people up there and see all those people, and like, I remember thinking, like, I want to be that someday, and now I'm that story, right? So
and that's cool. It's amazing to hear you say that you were nervous on stage, and that you weren't this big time charismatic awesome speaker, because when you think about a 7-figure earner in network marketing, that's what you think of, a person that's in like a really nice suit and they speak well, and they have all these amazing quotes, and they read all the books that you can read, and they just glow when they walk to the stage. But just to see just a regular person, a normal person, make it big in the industry is, I know, going to be very, very inspirational for a lot of people. So we're so happy to have you on the show, and we definitely got to have you back and talk to you more. There's just so much that we can speak to you about and pick your brain about on the show. Will you come back and speak with us?
Yeah, I have a book coming out, so after we get that released, I'll come back on and share with some other network marketers.
Can you talk to us a little bit about the book a little bit? I know you're working on it, but is there anything you can let us know now about it?
It should be coming out in the next couple months. We're headed to Vegas in April to film some podcasts and some different things for it. But it's me and 24 other network marketing professionals sharing their stories and some tips and things like that. Okay. And one of the authors is Jordan Adler in there too. So
shout out to Jordan Adler, another legend.
Shout out to Jordan. He's my guy. He's in my BNI group with me. He's my buddy.
Amazing.
He's an amazing mentor. He's been a great mentor to me. So
will you keep us on notice and come back and talk to us about the release of the book and where we can get it and how we can get our hands on it?
For sure.
Awesome. Before I let you go, Alicia, I do want to play a game with you that we've been playing with our guests. They've been absolutely loving it. We get a lot of value.
I saw this. Okay.
So you ready for it?
I think so. I hope so.
You're gonna kill it. You're gonna kill it. I know you got some awesome freestyle skills, right? So if you're ready, we got the first word for you, and it is mindset.
Oh, mindset. Mindset is everything in this industry. I preach it, I teach it, I love it. It's changed everything for me. Change your mind, change your life.
Awesome. See, already killing it. The next word is grow.
Grow. Never stop growing. You always have to, leaders are readers. You have to, it's a journey. You just gotta keep going to grow.
Love it. The next word is wealth.
Wealth. Oh.
Big word.
Yeah. I think you have to have a wealth mindset. It's okay to have that kind of abundant mindset, right? Because it's not just an abundance of money, but wealth can include, your circle of friends, the people you're helping,
Awesome.
I like to look at this as the more people we help, the more we grow, right?
Absolutely. The next word is journey.
Journey. Oh, enjoy the journey. It has been the best. I love this industry. I love what it can do for people, not just the financially, but what it does for you inside as a person and your personal growth. It's just enjoy it. Enjoy the journey.
There you go. The very last word that we have for you is a good one. Believe.
Believe. Gotta believe to achieve.
Enough said. Say no more. You killed it. I mean, what can we say? We expected you to kill that, and I know the family's gonna enjoy it. We definitely gotta have you back. Will you give out your social media website or any information that you want to share with the family?
They can just find me on Facebook. Alicia Pesina 76, I think, is the handle on there.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I haven't really done Instagram yet, so I'm just trying to figure it out. A lot of people
trying to figure that thing out, right? Right.
I'm like, I'm too old for the gram. I don't know.
Well, we definitely are so appreciative, and thank you for coming on to the show, Alicia.
Thank you for having me.
There you are, family. Alicia Pesina. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Yo, raising the Tobagos, we growing like fresh tomatoes. Them boys on fire, too fuego, we pass it round hot potato. Everything is nuevo, I'm with my sweetie like Quavo. Need my cheese, need that queso, need my bread, need that bankroll. Wake up, yes Lord, I'm thankful, another day on my schedule. Steady blocking the devil, I tell a hater, God bless you.
El mentor en cierta manera es el GPS que te va a llevar a la ubicación que tú estás buscando.
This person, the mentor, it's like a GPS. He or she is going to take you to the place you want to be.
Now, what is the vision for your business? Because it's put like this: once you define a vision, now you can define purpose. And once you define the vision and purpose, now you can define the disciplines or the role that you'll take, if you will.
You operate in integrity, and when you lead by example, and when you have the character, and when you give into other people's lives, there's some principles that have to come into place.
When I got started, man, everybody told me no, nobody wanted to do it. Everybody said, do the traditional course, stay in school, get good grades, get a business degree, graduate, go get a job. And I stayed in school, but I stayed in school to network and build my network, right? Because we all know your network turns out to be your net worth later on in life. So I stayed in school, but I was doing meetings, I was doing presentations, I was prospecting people.
I met my first mentors in network marketing, and they helped me understand that I don't need a job, I need an income. And there's a major difference there. And income can come from many different sources. It can come from a job. That's the traditional way that most people do it. But it can also come from other ways that can produce time freedom for you. And I saw the home business world as a way for me to be able to create income for me and my future family, and in a way that I can also maintain time freedom.
They will join you. You make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, you've bought into, that you believe what you are saying, and that you become the biggest promoter for your business that you can be. And so with that being said, it doesn't matter. Everybody goes through that hurdle of family not joining them. Trust and believe the multi-million dollar earners have gone through family members not joining them.
And so I have to be focused. Nothing can derail me from that, because I know what I'm trying to accomplish and nothing else. And I can't stop. Even when I hit a target or hit a goal, I have to have another goal. What drives you? Now you have to ask yourself, like, what would you do for free? I would coach for free, because that's how I knew I was passionate. That's what gives me fulfillment. And I see the lifestyle I have now, and I know that I can do more to help others get the same. I want people to be free from bondage.